Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Door County Girl, minus the girl, so now it's a couple of Door County dudes. Unfortunately, my sister couldn't make it today, so Kit and myself are going to stand in for her.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm missing Annika. But,
I do miss her. Even though she's my sister, I miss her.
Even though we see her every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's up to her elbows in work right now, so we said, oh, we'll take this episode.
Kara locked her down. She
Yeah.
said, you can't go anywhere right now. We're moving into the weird transition where we have a lot of our college kids go back to school, and they need a little extra help, so you get stuck with me.
Yeah, and me.
Well, you're
well.
more of a mainstay than I am.
So anyway, Kit has brought to my attention Västerbottenost pie. It's a Swedish pie. It's made of cheese and preferably the Västerbotten cheese.
So
it's hard to get.
Very hard to get.
I think it's only available in Sweden or maybe some Scandinavian countries. It is the king of cheese, as I understand, in Sweden. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, there's the comparable like switch outs. I think
Well, my little research I did, because I couldn't find Västerbotten, was to say it's similar to a Parmesan. And if you cut it with some cheddar, you get fairly close. So that's my choice today.
See, that would be the king of cheese right there. Like, if it's like, we're like, I'm awesome like Parmesan, but then I'm like a really great sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
The same, and creaminess though too, because I think that's the other part. There's a couple like, I mean, I tend to lend more French ways with the cheese. Like I find it to taste a lot like a Gruyere.
Right.
Or they make some, now I'm going to sound all nerdy about cheese, but there's like these Alpenage cheeses. So it's like in that Alps French region there that they have these really great, like creamy, but like they have like this great like Parmesan quality to them, but
Sure.
they have like this great Swiss. It's sort of this Comte.
And these are probably the ones that are aged in caves and whatnot. And
no, well, I mean they're aged, but like they're in the big wheels like a Parmesan, but that's what Västerbotten tastes like to me at least.
So you've actually had Västerbotten.
I have only when I was the one time Freddie and I were in Stockholm.
You should have loaded up.
Well, that's my other favorite thing about Europe is breakfast. Is like, I mean, I love the biscuits and gravy and everything that it's American, but I love the European breakfast where it's like these really great hard rolls.
Yeah, when I traveled about,
it
it was always a good quality baguette of some type, cheese, and usually a rich hot chocolate over coffee for breakfast. I don't know why, but we always had hot chocolate.
Well, we had awesome breakfast in Sweden. It was like this. I mean, it was like this huge thing where you could get almost everything. I mean, they had like everything from like an omelet if you wanted to go there, but most of the ones are like soft-boiled eggs. Freddie turned me on, so Freddie has the anchovy spread, the callas. So like toasted limpa, callas, and then like
that stuff cracks me up
egg
though.
over easy on
it comes in a tube like a toothpaste, you know.
But it was so like Freddie's eating this in the morning and he's like spreading it on and it's like you have this really great toast. You spread it on and you make like a thin layer of it and it's sort of salty. And then he put like a over easy egg on it. And then you eat that all together and it's a really great combination because the saltiness sort of with the egg and then the richness of the yolk and stuff like that with the really great bread.
I always thought that stuff was like caviar or something.
It is caviar.
Oh, that's what it is.
It is fish eggs
like
or
a
fish roe. Yeah.
Wow.
That's like in a tube creamed and stuff like that. Some people have a hard time getting over like the seafood flavors for breakfast.
Well, I don't mind this. I have a hard time getting over the little just when you bite into
it.
It's like
it's pasty though.
Yeah,
it's
on
not,
that one
so
it
it's
is.
not like the little pops that you get from like caviar or roe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
I've had them, and I can't say I don't like them. I can't get over the the texture, I guess.
I wish you could try it. I know 'cause being a vegetarian, you're not
Sure.
going to try it. But like, if you could try it the way he had it, because I was sort of like turned off myself about the callus. I had it that way, and I thought it was really excellent in a lot of ways. And if you really want to be adventurous with your food, go to IKEA and you can get your callus spread and just. I think they still have it there. Hopefully they do, but you can do that and just put it on
Well,
toast.
since I'm not a vegan and it is an egg.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Is that a sort of?
Well, I mean,
it's going to happen anyway.
they're going to have eggs no matter what,
Yeah.
and whether they're fertile or not.
No, that's actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you could be just like chowing caviar, beluga.
We'll have to revisit it.
I'm excited by this recipe because I thought, we were talking about stuff in preparation, and this one just was like a really interesting take on it.
Yeah, and well, the take that he's talking about is kind of a hack almost. So typically, this Västerbottenost pie is made with a pastry crust, but in this case, we're going to use potatis and just little tiny potatoes, and that'll be the base for our crust. So we'll get moving right out of the gate here. We're going to take these potatoes, and you can get all these quantities online when we post the recipe, and we're going to put it in some water and bring to a boil. And these little ones are nice.
Did you salt the water on that?
I did not salt the water because it calls for salt on the
Later on?
recipe.
Okay.
And typically I would, though. And it would be a good idea, really, because the salt would coat the...
Yeah, that was the one thing I was concerned because I love like the pastry crust for the saltiness of it all with it.
But sometimes I think Parmesan carries its own weight in salt as well. So we're going to crank this up. We're going to have this boil for about 20 minutes. While that's being boiled, we're going to get the other stuff together. So this is simple.
Do you want me to crack or do
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to put the cheese in here, and you're going to throw 4 eggs in there.
Look at that. Did it not?
No shells.
No shells? I won't even risk the one hand because I know you're very picky about doing the one hand crack.
Well, I always get, you can do it because you've done it, but you get these guys that just start out.
No, they see
waste
somebody
more
do
than
it
they
once.
save. Yeah.
I know.
So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and mix this up. You can go ahead, this is some heavy cream right here, and this is milk. So go ahead and put the heavy cream in there.
So it has cream and milk in there.
Yes.
Are we going to scoop it out?
No, that should be, I heaped it a little bit, so.
I don't want to be judged by leaving a little cream behind here.
Then we're going to throw a pinch of salt, and you can grind some of that black pepper in there. In the recipes, they just call for a pinch of each, so you can do it to taste. If you like salt, like pepper, go ahead and boost it up.
Maybe one more.
So do you remember when we made the visitor's pie?
Yeah.
So this is another one of those. The potatoes take about 20, 25 minutes to cook off, but the rest of the stuff, the preparation is, this is your base. So you could add like a quiche. You could make this into asparagus with there. We're going to put chives in there, so if you would be in favor, just grab those scissors and snip those chives in here.
Yeah, the other thing that so this Västerbottenost pie is traditionally had with a really specific meal in Sweden too.
This is one of those things that you might see at a holiday smorgasbord too, because you can. I've had it cold and I've had it warm, and it's equally good.
Well, when I talked to Freddie, he's like, this would be, you would have it with the crayfish meal.
Yep.
The crafter.
Yep, crafter and the end of the season, and also at Christmas time.
Oh, jeez, I'm like, see, you give me a chef's knife, I'd be like
You
tearing
do-
through
do-
this.
do.
You give me a pair of scissors, I'm like,
Yeah, they don't have to be too tiny or either. They can be kind of large. And if you don't have the chives available, you could use dried chives. Fresh is always more fun. Scallions would work. Green onions, just to avoid the whites. Just do the top parts.
it'd be good in the spring is little ramps in there.
Oh yeah.
Really tasty.
I didn't look for ramps this year.
They were good. There was a good amount. We had actually for like finding stuff. It was a really good year. I found a lot of mushrooms, and we spent a week staying at Peninsula State Park, and I found a ton of oyster mushrooms just in the park.
Did you pick them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can. It gave me actually really great ideas, at least for like the faux vegetarian kind of meals.
Sure.
Is that it looked like a chicken cutlet because it's sort of long, and when you soak it in salty water and you pull it out and it dries, it actually looks it's white like chicken. Like you could have done like a fried chicken with it.
The only mushrooms I ever pick from the wild are the chanterelles.
Yeah.
Because I can identify what they are.
Yeah.
And also the what are the ones of the ones we use to make
Morels?
Morels. Those are fantastic.
Those are great. I mean, they're obvious what they are.
They're obvious, and that's why I take them, because I hear even experts sometimes mess up and get the wrong mushroom. And I'm like, I'm no expert.
I have a friend, she was camping also, and she took like lots and lots of classes. She's been out with like these like major foragers in Wisconsin, and she has like a group. So she actually will take a picture and send it to the group, and you can do that. It's weird now with my phone because they have like the identifier. Not that I would use it,
right?
Because it's relying on other images on the internet, but like it's like I pulled it down. It's like, yeah, this is what this is. But it's great for plants because you don't, like everybody gets those plant amps. You
Sure.
don't really need it. All you have to do is just take a picture and then you pull down, and now my phone will tell me what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really
I always
cool.
had to do that photo search.
Is that enough, or do you want some
No,
more?
I think that's good.
Okay.
That's good. And if you wanted more, you can always put some at the finished product at the end
true.
here.
Yeah.
So now we're waiting for these to boil, and like I said, once that boils, we'll get 20 minutes, and then we're going to make our pie crust out of that here. So
Yeah, that was the one cool part but I'll wait till we get to the making of the pie crust kind of thing.
All right, so here we are after the potatoes have boiled for about 20 minutes, so they're fork tender. We're going to drain these. Be careful because the liquid's going to be very, very hot. We got a colander set up over here. And Kit, I'm going to need your work again here. Here's where we make the...
So you put them right in there?
Yeah, we put them right in there. And you're going to take either that measuring cup or another bowl, and you're going to push down on them. And all you're trying to do is crush them and try to work it up the side of the pan a little bit. So this is where the pastry crust is replaced.
So, and you spray the pan out too. So
I did spray the pan out, and it's a spring-form pan works the best. If you were to make it with a regular pie tin, that works fine too. I just wouldn't go this route. I would use the regular pastry crust. What's nice about this, you're thinking about, okay, what goes better than potatoes than cheese and eggs, right?
Yeah.
And we had it all baked in here in chives and everything else. So
well, this is sort of something satisfying with smashing these up too. Here.
this would be one, and you could let them cool a little bit more. And this is another thing you can incorporate the kids into. It's like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, because it's starting to get a little warm, but you can also switch up.
Knock some of these down, get that bottom there covered, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be pretty just because of the rusticness of it, I believe. So
Yeah.
I think you're good right there.
Okay, so then. Sorry, craziness in me. Now, do you season anything in here? Do you put a little salt, pepper in the crust?
You could even put a little butter down if you wanted to. But what we're going to do right now this is a very forgiving recipe. So you can have fun with it. Like I said, you could add broccoli, you could add asparagus would go great in here. But before, and just like a regular pie, before we do add the ingredients, we're going to par bake this to a point. So we're going to put this in the oven.
In the oven?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I would do it with a regular quiche or pastry dough.
Sure. And so this is going to go in the oven about 375. We'll probably go in there maybe about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But all ovens are a little different, so you got to kind of keep an eye on it.
Well, I love when potatoes get crusty and crunchy and all that too. And it's when they're the best.
That is when they're this. It's like crispy American fries at Al's.
For
Perfect.
sure.
Crispy hash browns at the Morning Glory truck stop.
Well, hash browns the white gull for me is my hash brown pinnacle. I think they're just perfect. I do need to put a lot of salt on them.
I always get the nice guy hash there.
Nice guy hash is really
It's
good.
fantastic.
I can't break away from the corned beef hash there.
No, that's my wife usually gets that. That or Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, see, we don't break down, talk about other restaurants and food and
Yeah,
stuff.
well, you know what? Give Door County a plug anyway.
Oh yeah,
There's so many great places up here.
So my number one favorite corned beef hash is actually Pelletier's.
I've never been there.
They have these giant fish boils.
I shouldn't say I've never been there. I've never had the corned beef hash.
So they have fish boils, and they use the potatoes and onions that are left over from the fish boil in their corned beef hash. And for some reason, it's really good.
Perfect.
Now I'm hungry for corned beef hash. But
All right, so
we're gonna wait it out here, and then it's gonna be
well, I fortunately got
the backup.
the luxury of television, so we can take this one out. And it's going to be hot. I should probably be using a pot holder, but you know how it is with cooks. Whatever's at hand. Okay, so now we're gonna pour this in there. And
So
this,
you're just dumping it right
that
in
is
there.
it.
Okay, sweet.
get everything out. Like I said, if you wanted to add some more ingredients, you could do it now. You could have done it beforehand.
Yeah. That looks pretty good.
And that's it. And we're gonna throw that in the oven. We got a little bit of aluminum foil we should put underneath.
Here, I'll get that for you. And also, I mean, if you are
That's
using-
just in case the spring form leaks a little bit. And we're good to go for about 25 minutes. We let that go until the toothpick comes out nice and clean and
ready to eat.
ready to enjoy. All right, so the magic of television, I had taken the liberty to make a Västerbottenost pie earlier.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And this has cooled down some, so we're not going to wait all day because I would hate to have to wait. So we're going to pop this open, and this should work just like
Look at that.
at home.
That's really cool.
And it's got a nice potato crust all the way around it. You know, and you know, if somebody didn't know, they'd ask what it is, and they'd just see, oh, I see it now.
Yeah, I mean,
And this can be enjoyed room temperature, warm right out of the oven, cold.
well, I liked how, so like, you know, pastry crusts can be sort of tough too. I like how easy this is.
Right,
because, Like,
if-
you saw me just mash it down earlier.
If you haven't mastered a
Yeah.
pastry chef, you're like, I know somebody that makes a better pie
you're
crust.
done.
But you don't know anybody that makes a better mashed potato.
No,
It's just potatoes mashed.
I think the only thing with potatoes for me is just if it's seasoned enough. Oh, you got a fork there?
Yeah, I got a fork here, so.
So I like too, because like the whipping cream, you can see how it's more of a custard. Like you can see an egg bake versus like an actual custard. If you
Right.
have enough cream and stuff like that.
Well, let's give these a
I'm
try.
excited.
It is custardy.
Yeah, it is really good.
And the potatoes.
I know. I mean, wow.
So what do you think salt-wise? See, I think the
think you're
Parmesan
fine.
cheese
Yeah.
has a lot of salt in it.
No, there's plenty. I mean, worst case scenario, you can always add more. But for me, I like aggressively seasoned foods, and this is like I don't think it's like overly salty. I think it's really perfect.
This on a summer day, crufter, like they say, is fantastic. Room temperature.
I mean, you can you could probably just keep it in your fridge and just pull out a slice.
On a cold winter day, warmed up, it's almost like comfort food.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is really good.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah,
Another episode of Door County Dudes
cooking.
Cooking. And don't forget to like and subscribe and catch all our latest news and recipes online. And shortly, my sister might be back one of these days.
Hopefully, we'll see her soon here. But I mean, she's been doing some interviews and stuff like that. So you
Oh yeah, you're going to see her online, that's for sure. So anyway,
Okay.
next
Well,
time
thank you, Ralph.
we need
Yeah,
coffee.
This is awesome.
Hey, no.
You know, this is solid. It's really good.
And you could eat it just with your hand.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.